Okay, so instead of going straight down to the boss, which is what I had kind of planned on doing, we're going to go down this way. I don't need to kill that guy. Let's go down this way, grab the items down here. Be careful when you jump down here, by the way. You will have lost health in this sneaky little guy. You can just see him between the floorboards. So you come down, you fight this one, or rather you jump right over his head. Okay, and we could go down the long way. There's a decent item down there. We could also grab the ladder and go down that way, but I suppose gotta get the items, so we'll come down this way. I didn't die on that jump, which is great. Right, human effigy is always helpful to have them, so I won't begrudge anyone that. Oh shit, that guy's just scared the crap out of me. Did he go down? Oh my goodness, what's going on? Right, I don't know what happened then. That guy went down to go up, and then I was somewhere else. Okay, these men. A lot of people down here, actually. That one right there. Always miss that one. He's really well camouflaged. So this is a point where rushing in won't do you any favors. I'm giving such contradictory advice here. Rush in, but also at the same time take your time. Don't say the word time twice though. Rush in, be cautious, take your time, kill everyone very quickly, but do it slowly. Is my overall advice. That guy doesn't even have a weapon. Looks like a zombie. Is there something up here for us? There is, yeah. 3 life gems there. We'll actually use one. So we'll get some health back, just to make sure we're at full for this part. Come down here, turn back, because 2 guys. Oh, 1 guy. There we go, yeah. 2 guys are going to come drop down. Kill them, and now you're ready to go. So, grab the boots off him, grab his life gems. It's a euphemism. Okay, come in here. Grab this, run back. I run too far. Let's get to this skeleton. We should be safe, yeah. Open this gate. It is possible sometimes to get hit even through that gate, which is a touch unfair, but, you know, there's nothing you can do. Pick up the fire longsword, super helpful if you don't either want to use the Hide Knight sword or don't want to face the Hide Knight himself. Different kind of weapon, still very helpful at the early stages of the game. Does a horizontal slash rather than a vertical, and the strong attack I believe is that stab attack that I like with the short sword. So, not one to be overlooked. Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile. Okay, since we step in here, there's going to be an enemy right there to our left. Just take him a second or two to register that you are there, which gives you the advantage. Of course, step away from there because there's a firebomb coming. And then kill this one. And I reckon we can get up this ladder before that guy can hit us. Thank God for that. Alright, that's that area. That area cleared out. Let's have a quick, well-deserved rest. And be on our way. Right. Now the helmet guy, I don't know what it is, but his aggro range seems to be a little unfair. So even if you run away as soon as you get down this ladder, sometimes you'll find that he's been following you for bloody miles. So I normally kill him. Once you've killed him 12 times, maybe 12 or 15 times, it's quite a lot. I cannot kill that fucking thing. Right, never mind. Doesn't matter, we'll get it. Don't worry, we'll get it. And let's make ourselves human for this. Because even though I actually think this fight that we're going into is easier to do solo, in order to get some armor and weapons in the game, you are going to have to call in NPCs. And the most annoying thing about that is they'll give the boss more health. So when they die, as surely they will, they leave you with a tougher boss to fight. I mean, Pate's got lots of health, and he's got a good shield, and he can do some decent damage. But he's still a moron. And a strong moron is still a moron. Okay, so this thing with the gaping anus for a mouth is our opponent. Stamped me. Stamped me good and proper. We'll let Pate do some damage while we heal up. Pate will keep most of its attention. It generally focuses on the thing. Well, if... oh god, yeah, I was going to say it generally focuses on the host. Oh, sorry, Pate. Okay, now I'm going to show you the easiest way of doing this fight, because it's not... I mean, it might seem like it should just be stand beneath its legs, but obviously it does a stampy I am angry attack. Should stamp. Oh no, he's ripping his arm off. Just get away from that. Okay, that was delayed. Now what we can do at this point is we can keep our distance. Actually, Pate's gonna... Pate's gonna get boned if we don't do something. Okay, I was gonna say you can, if you're doing this solo, keep your distance from it as soon as it pulls its arm off, and then wait for it to do a sweep. You run in, attack, and then keep running straight through the legs. It's super easy. It'll never, ever hit you as long as you keep your distance from it, and only run in to attack. Right. So, that fight's done. I don't think there's any items in the room either, so we don't have to worry about that. We got the soul of a giant. Is that what it's called? Yeah, soul of the last giant, and the soldier's key, which is the item I wanted earlier, but which led to me just embarrassing myself. Now, if you want to see these boss fights done solo, then I do have a whole other series in which I think pretty much every boss fight was done solo. So yeah, I mean, understand that I'm only calling in NPCs because I need to complete storylines. You know, I got items to get, and the only way to get some of them is to have these guys help you out. Right, is there anything up here that we can get? No, I don't think so. That's for later on. Alright, well, it's pretty straightforward. We use our souls to maybe level our sword up, and maybe level ourselves up in Majula, and then we can move on. Oh, where should we go? Let's talk to the old lady.
You again? My name is Melentia. You're a stranger to this land. Oh, we get as strangers these days. Everybody's gone and run off. Dranglake's been a pile of rubble since the war, fought long, long ago. And the giants crossed the sea. Seemed like the battles would never end. Poor folk like myself have nary a place to sleep. That's why I keep all me things right with me. You may travel light, but methinks you bear a burden of your own. They say these trees grew from the remains of the giants. From each carcass sprouted new life growing into what you see now. But you know what they also say? Don't believe what an old hag says. It's high time that I pick up a move. I've a bargain for you next time we meet, my love.
Okay, as annoying as it is, sometimes you do have to go through all of these dialogue paths with people. Just to get things moving along. Right, what we're going to do is head down and open up that... wrong way. Right way. This way. Head down, open up that pathway that was locked to us earlier. Watch out for the guy with the spear. So, you see, time like that, being aggressive paid off. Okay, once again, we set off the trap, hope someone gets killed by it. That guy, if you're lucky, I've had 2 of them get killed by it before. But, you know, it doesn't always happen that way. Okay, there are 4 of them. There we go. So fingers crossed that the guy is down here by the open door don't come out, because they can do. That is the... yeah, fuck. That's the disadvantage to opening this door. Right. I don't think he was blocking then, that's a bit cheap. Okay. Alright, let's use one of our Pharaoh's Lockstones. Oh yes, this is good. Now we get some, finally get some good items. The Chloranthy Ring, one of the best in the game. What's this other one? Oh, Ring of Restoration, I love that ring. And a Titanite slab as well. I mean, it's going to be a while before we need to use one of those. But it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, hey? Hey. It is. Take my word. Alright. We have 2 choices, really, at this point. We still need to go back and level up. But there are 2 separate paths we could take. We either go fight the Pursuer, or we go fight the old Dragon Slayer and Dragon Rider. You don't actually have to fight the Dragon Slayer. You just need to fight Dragon Rider, and then to No Man's Wharf. Yeah, one sec. Okay. I don't know if I don't think we've picked up any more Titanite shards. Oh, so, what am I doing? Right, inventory. To the stone... No, we got one large... Oh, actually... Yeah, we can. Yeah, we may as well. I mean, we're not a million miles away from using... sorry, from being able to pick up the weapon that we want. But...
Bearer,
we are still a ways away.
Seek the... lest this...
So, we'll do a tiny bit of leveling up. I'm going to do the same thing as last time, I think. That worked out fine. Okay. Oh, right. There's actually something I forgot to show. While we're going there, what I was going to say is, if it was up to me, we would not go to No Man's Wharf. We would just gloss over that whole thing, but there are some items, some NPCs, and some shit we need to do there. Okay, that is the Champions Covenant discovered. Don't join it, would be my advice. If it's your first playthrough, don't do it. Stay away. Alright, anyway, let's get on with it. We can forget about this place for now. Yeah, so we're going to kill the Pursuer, and we're also going to do No Man's Wharf. We're going to come down to do Heide's Tower, Heide's Tower of Blue, Heide's Blue Tower, what is it called? Heide's Tower of Flame? Heide's Tower of Blue Flame. I don't know, it's a shield we picked. I really don't know what it's called. How about that? Just pull this, we'll figure it out. We'll find out soon enough anyway. It's a fairly straightforward area we're going to. One of the few really straightforward areas in the game, actually. I mean, it can be tricky, for sure, and I forgot to buy any more arrows or crossbow bolts, which is my own fault. But I still think we'll be fine. Let's just come down, see how we get on. Like I have said, I mean, I only briefly mentioned it. It is possible to stop enemies from respawning. You just have to kill them, you know, a certain number of times, and boom, it's done. But it can be a lot, it can be very time consuming. I mean, if you're trying to get a certain weapon, then you probably are going to end up doing it, you know? There are some enemies that don't seem to spawn as often, but who also drop weapons that you know you want. Oh, foolish. Shield does help here, by the way, you know. Even if it's a bit of a crappy one like mine is, it still is super helpful. So we get sublime bone dust from him. I'll show you that in the items here. Burn in bonfire to upgrade Estus Flask. So that'll give us Estus Flask +1, which will restore more health. It's pretty straightforward. That guy was a bit of a pain. You could do what I did and just roll around him. This one, if you want to have an easy time with this one, then you take him to the stairs. Don't take him to the bridge, which is just... That's a joke, right? That's funny. It's funny to me. Take him to the bridge, you know? He's dead. Okay, once he's dead, a little thingy will pop up here. I'm not going to do Dragon Rider the cheap way, where you make him fall in the water. We'll do it the proper way. I mean, it's not like it's a challenging boss fight. If I die, of course, then it's one of the hardest in the game, but otherwise it's very, very straightforward. Alright, let's get this guy's attention. Now, all of them are going to follow us. Guy in the middle will follow quicker than the rest. But the other two do usually come. I mean, the one on the right doesn't seem to be moving. The one on the left definitely did move, though. Slight to me, I didn't get. Lloyd's Talisman. Stop people in PvP from healing and disable a mimic. The stairs have some power over these guys because their horizontal attacks will miss. The vertical attacks, however, will, they'll still fuck you right in the ass. You can come far away enough from these guys to make them return, but we're going to kill at least one of them here and now. Snide, they're really out of sync on their attacks as well. Never mind, like I said, when you're attacking multiple opponents at once, just take your time. Be a little more careful than usual. These ones, if you want to take the easy path, then you just wait for them to swing, roll backwards into the swing, and then roll forwards for an attack. I mean, it's actually the way to deal with most enemies in this whole game, but let's pretend like it's not, and we'll act like everyone is a newer and interesting challenge. It doesn't always work for bosses, and the big guys over there with the mace and the sword, they don't really play that game. Okay, let's... Do you know what, I think what we're going to do is come over here first. We're not going to fight the Dragon Rider, we're not going to fight the Dragon Slayer first, but we do want to open up the path to him and grab an item that's just in front of his room. I meant to, I keep meaning to fucking dodge, but for some reason it wasn't working. Anyway, we died. Fuck. Whew. Okay. That's a shame, really. I thought I would not manage to die until No Man's War for the Pursuer. But, no one's perfect. Anyway. Let's give us a wonderful opportunity to fight these guys again. Big one up there doesn't respawn, thankfully. I mean, he's the only one who doesn't. But he's also one of the more annoying ones, so take what you can get. Yeah, I've been playing for an hour and 40 minutes straight. So not dying since the tutorial is, well, if I die again, that's going to be bad. Yeah, I was going to say not dying since the tutorial is relatively good. Or at least I'm pleased with it. Right, grab whatever this is. Sometimes these guys can go up, geez, oh yeah, crack blue eye orb, I don't care. Right. Back to what we were doing. I do wish this one in the middle wouldn't respawn. Wouldn't that make it easier? Actually, you can pump that guy full of crossbow bolts or arrows because he can't block very efficiently. So yeah, I mean, if you've got him to spare, stick him full and watch him burn, or not burn, because it's not an appropriate word to use for killing someone with a bow. I've got a real problem with the hit detection in this game sometimes. It can be a real turd. Right. I would expect the other two... I thought the other two would have already been on the way. Oh, well, here they come anyway. So, this area is actually pretty decent for earning souls early on in the game. If you're having a hard time, you can just, you know, take them on one at a time. Not necessarily these three here, but the first two in particular. You just fight them, respawn, fight them, respawn. Yeah. Alright, give me a sec here. Just gotta focus on this now. Bullshit. I'll be more mindful of my endurance as well, actually. Being a little careless. Generally speaking, you can usually get 2 attacks in on an enemy after they have done their attacks. That's the sort of unspoken, unwritten, usually unfollowed rule. But it's the rule that I go by. You can rush in, get 2 attacks, and then back off. But like you saw with the Heide Knight earlier, just 1 attack will do, because some enemies are quick. Big enemies, 2 attacks, small enemies, 1. Very small enemies 2, because they tend to get stunned by a strong enough attack first time round. Okay, let's try this again. The only annoying thing about losing your life here, also known as dying, the only annoying thing about dying here is having to go through all this shit all over again to get your souls back. Okay. Right, watch out for the other one coming in. I mean, it's kind of weird, but they do seem to do you the favour of waiting until you've killed their compatriot before they come seeking revenge. Which I suppose is how revenge works, but I don't think that's how this particular line of work works. Works. Okay. Anyway. Another cracked blue-eye orb, full of items that we don't need. Nothing there. You can see an item in the distance that was over here. Let's grab this. That is a divine blessing. Helpful if you get toxic or poisoned. If there is not, is it toxic anymore? I don't think there is. Helpful if you get poisoned and you don't have any moss to cure it.